For years I read my Bible line by line. That might explain why somehow I got left behind. They're moving onward and upward, so they say. Well, that's just fine, but why am I the one to pay? I was minding my own business, so I thought, just leading life the way the good Lord taught. But then they labeled me a misfit, I'd done wrong, just because I wouldn't follow some new song. I know the times have changed, I've seen the news, and it's brought about some strange conflicting views. How they turned the good guys into bad guys, I don't know. And why does everything that's pure now have to go? They've even got the Bible on the block. They're questioning the whole thing, lock and stock. Those in the church who've stood strong and kept their head now know for sure that it meant just what it said. It meant what it said when it talked about the last days and what would happen to believers who would humbly wear his name. It meant what it said when it spoke of hell and heaven. No, I haven't lost my head, but I now know the Bible meant just what it said. It's all happening so fast, I dare not blink. They even want control of what I think. It's not an option, we're required to join their team. Some days it's like I'm living in a dream. I thought all this stuff was somewhere down the road. I'll need all his power to bear this heavy load. What will become of those who weren't the least prepared? I must conclude that they'll all soon be running scared. It meant what it said when it talked about the last days and what would happen to believers who would humbly wear his name. It meant what it said when it spoke of hell and heaven. No, I haven't lost my head, but I now know the Bible meant just what it said. I'm not in step with the times, don't read all their nursery rhymes. No, I haven't lost my head, but I now know the Bible meant just what it said. This song here is just called I Don't Understand. And it might sound a little as in your face as I can get, I guess. But it didn't, when I wrote this song, it didn't come out of just one by one, I'd see things that would really affect me. And I remember there was this country singer, Christian, I don't know, has one Christian song. And all it sings about is how Jesus made him a star. So I don't know. But he does great things.
He's won many awards, top vocal in Canada, vocalist, and huge supporter of Samaritan's Purse, collects all the toys. You know, I seen a Christian TV one day. I was in a motel and I turned on. And he's talking to the Christian host and TV host and says, you know, when people come into my concerts, and he says, and he names this song that he opens with, which is certainly nothing about God. He said, I take that first strum on the guitar, and he says, and people's hands go in the air. He says, because music was made for worship. I wanted to rewind that. Can you say that again? Because that made absolutely no sense at all. But the Christian host is, wow. They're just enthralled because it's some star that stooped down to say a nice little word about Jesus. And there was a few things through the years, and you'd see different friends, people that you knew 20 years before that were such solid Christians. And part of me is saying, I don't want to, maybe I just think I'm better than they are. But some of it was just so in your face. The things that they put up on their Facebook and things, they say what they're doing, and it's just, there's no shame, and people are, it just would never. Years ago, you wouldn't even dream of it.
Well, I seen him on the TV in my beat-up motel room. The singing star / Christian, he's got both heaven and the moon. His fans scream when he sings his cheating songs, and the Christian TV host sees nothing wrong. In the store you'll find her DVD right by the Bible rack. She makes the church folks laugh and cry, but her life sure ain't on track. But no one cares what kind of sin she's done, 'cause after all our goal is having fun. I don't understand how they can speak about your name, use all the words that sound so good like it's just a harmless game. I don't understand. Did they not read the words in red? Yes, Jesus spoke of love, but there were other things he said. That's the kind of stuff I can't get through my head. Our church friends from the past just had a wedding day. Their daughter was the bride, but that's not all they gave away. The pictures were complete with drink and dance. A few years back, that wouldn't be their stance. He talked about the change that once took place and how his heart did melt in the church where his grandpa preached, at an altar where he knelt. Now he hugs Oprah like the lukewarm Christians do. His eyes look different, it must have lowered his IQ. I don't understand how they can speak about your name, use all the words that sound so good like it's just a harmless game. I don't understand. Did they not read the words in red? Yes, Jesus spoke of love, but there were other things he said. That's the kind of stuff I can't get through my head. new car wears a fish, and there's a Bible in his hand. He's only seen a few choice pages, and he never makes a stand. He reads Harry Potter to his kids before they sleep. His commitment to the Lord's about that deep. Their videos play everywhere, their name's a household word, but it's not quite clear if it's God they love or just the harmonies they've heard. They have retreats with New Age speakers, can I ask why? The big church scene never bats an eye. Story after story, and increasing by the day. Is this what the Bible talked about? The great falling away. So-called saints now calling evil good. We're walking through the days we never thought we would. I don't understand how they can speak about your name, use all the words that sound so good, like it's just a harmless game. I don't understand. Did they not read the words in red? Yes, Jesus spoke of love, but there were other things he said. That's the kind of stuff I just can't get through my head. They say I'm a Christian, I sing Amazing Grace, but that's not what I'm seeing on their face. They wink at sin and don't know how to blush, and wonder why the singer's making such a fuss. They sure love church, they say that's my God. I'm not sure their argument in heaven would be bought. Look what they do and what they watch and what they say, and they're convinced that their conduct is okay. They say Jesus gave them life and gave them power, and they agree we're living in the final hour. But it's mostly just an act they like to play. They've learned all the words and what they need to say. They love hard preaching, they want the truth, but their conscience is so numb it don't compute. They've heard it all so many times it won't convey. That's what I see, and these thoughts won't go away.